Hey, what's good? Welcome back, everybody. Let me get a mic check, if you will. Put a 1 in the chat room if the mic is right, and we'll go ahead and begin this powerful stream. I hope you don't mind hitting the like button and hitting the share button. All right, so let's get right into this thing. We waited long enough. The 3 individuals that you see on the screen, we'll be going over who these individuals are. There's a lot we got to learn today, and I'm not here to pick on Vlad TV. You know, I just think that what his position in the community is detrimental to the people, to the people who he's serving. But nevertheless, to people that don't know exactly what DJ Vlad is, we're going to be talking about that today, but as well as the Fraternal Order of Police, which is the main thing we want to focus on. And I'm going to be proving to you that the police are under orders, and these orders come from a higher power. And so they're not there to protect and serve the people, they're there to follow a higher order. And that is coming down from a Fraternal Order of Police, which means that all of the police in the United States are under a Masonic order. And we're about to get deep into the way that breaks down here in this video. This is going to be so powerful and important to the community. So DJ Vlad is an investigative journalist. For those who don't know, you might want to think about those words. He is an investigative journalist. Now I'm going to read a little bit to you right now. This comes from an article on a website called theringer.com. On Tuesday, a fan tweeted at Vlad asking whether he'd have Vince Staples on the show sometime soon. And Vlad responded that such an interview was unlikely because, hold on, let me do this. Because Vince is mad at him. Pressed to elaborate by none other than Vince Staples himself, Vlad complained of Vince that his management and publicity teams haven't answered his request since his most recent interview with the rapper in March 2014. From there, the rapper and the journalist went back and forth about their history of interactions, the nature of investigative journalism, and life beyond gang violence. Vince ended the exchange with an assurance of no hard feelings between him and Vlad. Quote unquote, "I just ain't trying to sit down and talk about gang banging for 30 minutes, Vince said. He's just a good kid with a Def Jam contract. He's not trying to go to jail." So remember that Vlad is an investigative journalist. Vince Staples knows how Vlad TV interviews work. DJ Vlad, born Vladimir Lebovny, is a former rap mixtape DJ who transitioned to hip-hop video journalism when he launched Vlad TV in 2008. Very quickly, Vlad established himself as an interviewer primarily interested in rappers' personal and illicit histories. Rick Ross's entourage, Vlad alleged, attacked him as retribution for a video in which he interviewed other rappers about Ross's past career as a corrections officer in Miami. In the past, Vlad has interviewed old school drug dealers, Pee Wee Kirkland and Ozzy Faison, as he's taken a peculiar historical interest in the crack and heroin trades in Harlem. In recorded conversations with Vlad, there's a pervasive sense in which the quote-unquote investigative aspect feels less like journalism and more like law enforcement, akin to a good cop greasing a suspect. Yeah, I guess you can say that Vlad comes off as sort of like the good cop, if there was good cop, bad cop. That's deep. It goes on to say, many Vlad TV interviews are pure interrogations. This vibe is largely due to the tone, weight, and precision of Vlad's questions. Whenever he's interviewing any subject who might be loosely defined as a quote-unquote street dude, Vlad is far less likely to ask about music and far more likely to ask for detailed accounts of alleged criminal activities and incidents. Y'all know they ain't lying on him. So it goes on to say, so Vlad might ask, where'd you hide the gun? He might go so far as to open the interview with that sort of question, at which point his subject, most likely a rapper, will either laugh it off or B, answer with the kind of rambling specificity that any decent criminal defense attorney would advise against. Y'all know that ain't no lie. Most of them young men that go up there, they ain't trained on how to carry themselves in the public on what to say and what not to say. Vlad a little bit more trained than these little young rappers. He get them up there, man, next thing you know, they done told everything. Now you should realize why Vlad is an investigative journalist. Now people, we just scratching the damn surface right now. Stay tuned and we finna get real deep with this shit so y'all can see how deep it is. So it goes on to say, you get the point, he get them on there, it is never about the music. It's about, hey man, so how many birds did where did you hide them at? Shit like that, and I done saw it too. The rapper be up there laughing and shit, how Vlad, you crazy, man, you crazy. You know, cause they some of them niggas ain't stupid, you know what I'm saying? But some of them niggas, man, oh, they just go to telling it all, and Rollo is a prime example, Raylo. Yo, it was a facepalm moment when I saw that shit. And I saw Vlad setting him up. I said, boy, you better not open up your damn mouth. Man, that nigga started telling you who keep the money, how long they been selling it, which houses it in. And I saw the comment section like, yo, what the fuck is he doing? And niggas in the comments was like, Vlad, you wrong for that. Remember after they busted Raylo, niggas was going back and forth saying, was it Vlad fault or not? And niggas was like, no, it's Raylo fault. He was stupid for telling it. But Raylo is young. Y'all gotta remember that. They listen, here's the trick. Here's what y'all don't know. When you a damn rapper and you can talk about all these crimes on your mixtape and in your music, you don't think there's no need to switch that shit up on a Vlad interview till you realize the police knocking at your damn door, cause he's an investigative journalist. Now you can get away with saying that shit on them records, but when you sit there and you don't know that this is an interrogation that's done live, see, that's what they ain't telling these rappers. They ain't telling these rappers, man, you ain't going on no show to be interviewed. You going to be interrogated. You going to be investigated. They're not telling these young rappers that Vlad is an investigative journalist. And it's a very cold game. They done built, now let's talk about the Fraternal Order of Police. Now the Fraternal Order of Police is a fraternal organization consisting of sworn law enforcement officers in the United States, and it reports a membership of over 346,000 members organized in 2,100 local chapters, state lodges, and national grand lodges. Why the fuck are our polices in grand lodges and not academies? So listen to me, people. Hold on, let me pull up my information real quick. All right, now we about to get deep. See my thumbnail with these three Masons up there on the screen? Let me read y'all the deepest story. I'm talking about this story so deep, man. Check this out. This is from the Vigilant Citizen. Now, the name of this article is Bizarre Masonic Police Force Uncovered in LA. Y'all better listen up. The shit I'm about to give you right now is top secret. The shit I'm about to give you right now, you need to spread it all over YouTube. We about to read this thing. Check it out. 3 California residents were arrested on April 30th on suspicion of impersonating a police officer and were released later that day, claiming to be the oldest police force in the world. The Masonic Fraternal Police Department claimed jurisdiction across 33 states. Y'all ain't look at the number. Coincidentally, 33 is the holiest number in Masonic symbolism. Now check out this badge, because they ain't making that up. Look at this badge. It's a Masonic chief badge from the Fraternal Police. Now these people got the right to lock your ass up, but we didn't put them in a position. They sworn and under oath into that position. People, let me read on, let me show you something. This is a rogue force. Look, the rogue force was very well supplied, man. Listen. Officials found badges, weapons, uniforms, law enforcement paraphernalia, and even police vehicles out to search in 2 unnamed locations. The suspects were David Henry, Tonetta Hayes, and Brandon Keel. Now the story gets even more bizarre. Stay with me. The chief of the Masonic police is David Henry, this dude on the left here. A high-ranking Freemason. According to the police force website, Henry is an absolute supreme sovereign grand master, 32 degree, 33 degree, X degree, meaning that he obtained the highest obtainable degree on the Masonic ladder. Therefore, despite the news portraying the trio as 3 lunatics acting as cops, there is some actual power and influence behind the Masonic police force. Boy, y'all better listen to me. Check this shit out now. Here's a real LAPD officer right here, and to the left of him is some of the dudes that was involved in the investigation, the suspects. So you can read it here in red. This is Henry and Keel pictured alongside Los Angeles Sergeant James Townsend, urging residents in the city to march for Trayvon Martin, which was a Masonic sacrifice. Now check this out. According to some sources, Henry is also an Emmy Award-winning producer. Henry, 46, reportedly won an Emmy in 2002 for his work as a producer on a Fox 11 story. You got a 33rd degree Mason going around impersonating a police officer armed with a badge on, and they let him out of jail. Let me go and do it. Don't you know that's the highest crime, impersonating an officer? The dang on police said he's not impersonating no officer. They said that's a real police force. Let's read, man. David Henry ran the police force with his son-in-law Brandon Keel, who was a Masonic 33rd. Why all of these damn people who run in the police force 33rd degree Masons? In a 2014 video, David Henry announced to his Masonic lodge that Keel plans to run for the U.S. Senate in the 2016 elections.
Attorney General appointed me. I have her authority. I was recommended for my position from the U.S. Senator's office. Senator Feinstein recognized me for my work in the Assembly and wanted me to go forward to the Department of Justice. And some of the things we're working on right now is making sure that we're smart on crime and not tough on crime. Okay? Everybody may sometimes make a mistake and fall down, but in getting back up, we have to believe in redemption. And the Attorney General has a program that's going to look at first-time, low-level, nonviolent offenders and give them the essence and opportunity they need to get those jobs so that we can lower recidivism here in California.
Sounds good. Sounds good. How about y'all teach these boys about being a Mason? Think about what I'm telling you. A lot of these young black men in jail because it just ain't enough to go around in their community. Ain't enough jobs, ain't enough money. But what if they knew they can join a goddamn brotherhood and have the red carpet rolled out for them? Why ain't you teaching these young brothers what you did to make it, was take an oath? That's what I'm talking about. Why? That's the secret. Now check this out. The police force's strange website claims that Henry oversees 33 Masonic jurisdictions, including fraternities, sororities, and Greek organizations. Yes, there is a link between school fraternities and secret societies. Y'all listen, The Masonic Fraternal organization is the oldest and most respected organization in the world. Grandmasters around the various states are facing serious safety concerns for their jurisdictions and their family members. The first police department was created by the Knights Templars back in 1100 BC. The Masonic Fraternal Police Department is the Knights Templars. Y'all better listen up. This is who your police officers are getting their orders from. This is why a police officer can choke a nigga down, shoot him up, and they get off, man, because these motherfuckers are Masons. We're going to stop a minute and look at some symbolism, because we're going to stop a minute before we look at the symbolism. Let me skip to another article, because this finna blow your mind. The relationship between sworn law enforcement personnel and the lodge is a subject matter that is very rarely discussed in any circle. As secretive as the Freemasons Lodge is, the world of law enforcement is equally and arguably more secretive in the totality of scope and core nature. Understanding the fact that Freemasonry is an oath-based secretive society that relies totally on all of its initiates to conceal all of the many secrets afforded to them, why would any sworn law enforcement official be allowed to become a member of a Masonic lodge? Each and every law enforcement official is already duly sworn to protect and serve their respective communities, counties, villages, parish, cities, boroughs, or states. Being a member of law enforcement and a member of the Masonic Lodge is certainly a monolithic conflict of interest when it comes to the daily duties of a law enforcement official. I want y'all to think about that shit for a minute. Because there's no way you supposed to be a police officer and a Mason. How can you take two damn oaths if it ain't from the same boss controlling all of the shit? Take a minute and free your mind and think about what I'm telling you now. How can a police also be a Mason and take two goddamn oaths if the oaths don't conflict each other and not serving the same master? So it goes on to say police and masonry walk hand in hand. Just as each and every law enforcement people, let me stop a minute. Now they got video footage of the LAPD staging a goddamn scene for the news now. The dude uploaded the shit and they snatched it up off of YouTube. Now they got the footage up there of the LAPD staging the goddamn scene before the news show up to tell a goddamn lie to everybody. Now look, it say just as each and every law enforcement official has to uphold their oaths to protect and serve, they must also uphold the oaths that they took within their respective lodges. Now which oath is the highest? The one that they took to the people or the one that they took to the lodge? You look around at the way these police behaving and you tell me, is it protect and serve or is it comply or die? It's no longer protect and serve no more. It's nigga comply or die. They killing these. Look how they choked that man up over some cigarettes up there in Staten Island. Then came out mocking his death and they let all of them off because they part of a fraternal order. So what if the lodge oaths of law enforcement personnel directly conflict with the charges of their law enforcement duties, like it happened in the case of Mike Brown and the rest of these people killed in the hands of Sandra Bland? What happens? They get let the fuck off because these are the untouchables. They part of the brotherhood. Understanding the fact that these closed societies take care of their own. Is it safe to say that many police officers who are also Freemasons are free to walk above the law? You better believe it. Y'all, it's a cold world out there. It's a cold world out there, man. Now look at here. These are actually government police issued badges that the state issued. Look, let's look over them. Here goes one in Alabama with the Masonic compass on it. Look here now. God damn it, who locking your children up? The Masons are the people we hire to protect and serve. Who the fuck orders they following? Because some of these children telling y'all they framed me, man. Mama, I ain't do that shit. These motherfuckers framed me. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Goddamn boy, one line. This shit dirty out here. It's a lot of niggas locked up innocently because they was a threat to the establishment, not because they was doing a crime. This shit deep, and they choose who get off and who walk. Yeah, so a damn police officer can kill you, and the judge can say, well, hey man, you know, it's a split-second moment. These officers are just trying to make it home to their family. We sorry to the family. We know he was innocent, but it happened sometime at law. And goddamn it, you find out that the boy and that police officer had been getting into it, and they let the man off. So yeah, they can walk above the law. They can murder up your goddamn children and beat that case because they part of a brotherhood. Look at these badges. Now these are state issued badges. These are people that can come in your house and lock your ass up with a Masonic G. They got 2 oaths, y'all. They taking 2 oaths now. You know, hold on one more second. We're going to look at some of these badges, man, just to show y'all. Look at here. How can a law enforcement officer be serving in the law and serving 2 masters? Whose jurisdiction is he locking me up under? Is it under the lodge or the goddamn community? Whose order, whose power are they making their arrest in? Well, we already told you that Masons run America. Hell, your presidents were all Masons. Your founding fathers. So this is something you really want to pay attention to, because let me show you some more. Now look at here. Hold on, let me do this real quick. Shut up some of that stuff on up. Now look at here, people. I'm gonna blow your mind. Look at here. Here go Bill Clinton with motherfucking Grandmaster Henry, the dude we just read about. Now listen, this dude right here dressed up as a police officer and went and impersonated a police officer and enforced the law. Y'all ain't listening to me. Go read the story. Him and some more people, they went and enforced the law, and they let him out of jail the next day because the goddamn LAPD said they real police officers, and that the Masonic order of police is old and that we respect their order. They let this man out of jail, y'all. He's a fucking Mason. Here he go with Bill Clinton. Now check this out. The MFPD is who all of your other PDs get their fucking orders from. Listen, another order, the Order of the Eastern Star. I dated a girl who was an Eastern Star. Guess what she work in? Law enforcement. And my family will tell you I ain't lying. I ain't saying anything bad about her. That was my babe. I'm just saying I dated a girl who was an Eastern Star. And shit, she had a damn high-ass paying job in law enforcement. I'm saying that there's a reason they're the Order of the Eastern Star, and that this is a Masonic order, and that the police get motherfucking orders, and that the Knights Templars took orders. They ain't there to protect and serve the people. They're there to follow orders. And this goes all the way back to 1100 BC. So when asked what is the difference between the Masonic Fraternal Police Department and other police departments, the answer is simple for us. We were here first. We are born into this organization. Our bloodlines go deeper than an application. This is more than a job. It is an obligation. Boy, that ought to make you scared. God damn it. Woo! Did you hear that? They asked Mr. Henry, what's the difference between the Masonic Fraternal Police Department and these other niggas who go through the academy? And he said, nigga, we was here first. He said, nigga, my shit go deeper than an application. Man, y'all better look at this. He telling you who run this shit now. Why you think that man can go impersonate a police officer and they don't give him a felony? And they let him out the next day because they respect his power. He ain't lying to you. You think he just some cocky black man talking like that? He's a 33rd degree Mason. That man basically telling you I can do what the fuck I want to do, and I wish one of these little Rudy Poop cops would say something. That's what he just told you. He said, I wish one of these little rental cops would say something to me. I'm a 33rd degree Mason. I don't care what kind of chief, what kind of academy you graduated from, nigga. I'm the head of the lodge. So now you see who they getting their orders from. So now you see who they getting their orders from. It goes on to say the Masonic Fraternal Police Department is a Masonic sovereign jurisdiction. Wow, y'all, they a real jurisdiction. Why ain't we being taught this shit? So they are real jurisdiction and municipality located within the incorporated city of Santa Clarita, California. That's their headquarters. The chief of police is Honorable Grandmaster David Henry, and he was elected and is governed by a Grand Supreme Council and 33 Masonic jurisdictions. He currently oversees, listen people, 500,000 members throughout the United States. Stop a minute and think about it. 500,000 members throughout the United States under this man orders. You don't know who the fuck they are. They speckled out in all of these different police departments across the nation. And you better believe each one of them probably a chief or somebody who can make some damn headway in that department. So I'm gonna ask you again, who are they getting their motherfucking orders from? So it's 500,000 police controlling all the other people. So all your police department got a group of police that we call influencers. Y'all listen to me. I was a fucking police. I know what I'm telling you. It's a group of gun-ho motherfuckers that control every department, and they let them get ranked and promoted, and can't nobody else, and they can't do no damn wrong. Guess what? The people who I'm talking about is part of this 500,000 that's up under this goddamn Council of Chief Henry. This is favoritism. This is nepotism. You wonder why he got promoted and you didn't get promoted, but your ass got shot last year making a drug bust. Well, he's part of the goddamn club. Everything is being controlled, man. So look at here. It go on to say, we are not quote-unquote sovereign citizens, nor do we condone terrorist activity, sovereign citizens, or clandestine. The Masonic Fraternal Police Department provides services to Masonic sovereign Grand Masters and their Masonic jurisdictions, as well as other fraternities, sororities, and Greek organizations. Masonic Fraternal Police Department will be located in 33 other states, including Mexico City. Now they got their ass way in Mexico City enforcing the law. And why is the number 33? See, this is what you got to realize. Whether they tell you it's 10 states or 33 states, what you got to realize is they control the nation. So when they say 33 states, they're just giving you a number that they like. They really control all the damn states. They control the nation. They just tell you 33 states because that's their favorite damn number. Y'all, this stuff real deep. This is a good article. I ain't gonna read it all. Shout out to the vigilant citizen. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop it there. Cause I'm just here to point you to the information. I'm gonna point you to it. So I ain't gotta read all that for you to get the point. You can do the whole article on your own. It's right there in the chat. But you know, this is just ridiculous, man. Masons control everything, even your law enforcement officers. If you don't know, now you know. And if you didn't know, it's a big ass conflict of interest for you to take 2 oaths. How the hell you gonna do that? How you gonna raise your goddamn hand and take a pledge to the Masonic Lodge and an oath to the lodge and an oath to protect and serve the people? Man, y'all, this shit real deep, man. This ought to piss you off, because listen what I'm telling you now. You got to really think deep about this. How can I be a Masonic Lodge member and I took an oath to my lodge and I took an oath to the police academy if the motherfuckers at the lodge ain't enforcing the damn law? Listen what I'm telling you now. If my oath was to protect and serve the people, but the Masonic Lodge oath is to control the goddamn people, take advantage of the goddamn people. See, the police ain't there to protect and serve you. They there to protect the assets of corporations. They don't care how many niggas kill each other in the hood, but wait till y'all start letting them bullets fly into that Gucci store. Now something gotta be done. When you start damaging goods, they only there to protect the corporations, man. They there to protect their own interests. They don't give a fuck about listen, man. It's either protect and serve, or it's comply or die. And I think it's the latter one. I think all of these police officers across the nation are controlled by a few handful of people in every department, and those few handful of people in every department is getting they goddamn orders from the Masonic Fraternal Order of, listen, the FTOP and the Masonic Fraternal, it's the same thing. The Fraternal Order of Police and the Masonic Fraternal Order of Police is all the same thing. See, why do the police need a motherfucking fraternity? Y'all better listen now. Why do the police need a motherfucking fraternity? What do the police need to talk about in secrecy? What the fuck do police need to talk about in secrecy all across the nation if it ain't a conspiracy on the people? Why the fuck is one of the members of the Fraternal Order of the Masonic Police cool with Bill Clinton and up under Bill Clinton presidency? Do you know how many niggas got locked up? Do you know, and black people say they love Bill Clinton, but they don't really look at the numbers, so they don't know that so many niggas, man, it was a record-breaking number of niggas got locked up under the Clinton campaign. But how do they get the law, listen, how do they get the law to work against you? Because they got your own people in your community. Think about it, right? These people are so invisible that, think about what I told you. This dude right here with Bill Clinton put on a police outfit and went and enforced the law, and they let him out of jail because they respected his authority. Now just let me paint a scenario. Let's just say your children is getting to fight with some children down the street, but you don't know that them children down the street uncle is a Mason. Now your son just so happened to get locked up the next month for some bogus ass charges that's just sticking, and you don't know why. Cause guess what? That's how close they is to regular people. What I'm telling you is this. The police that's coming to arrest your son might not be a real police officer. It may be a Mason. Y'all, this shit is scary. It's scary. That's why I keep showing you them different badges, man. That's why I showed you the different badges, the Masonic police badges. How many of you just pay attention to the badge when the police arresting you? You don't. You looking at them cuffs on your hand. Read that, look at that nigga badge, and if it got a Masonic symbol on it, say, excuse me, sir, under what jurisdiction are you making your arrest? I'm telling you, it's so many niggas that got locked up and it wasn't even a real police officer. It was a Mason taking their ass to the jail because the Masons are allowed to make arrests, y'all. In other words, the Masons were the first police officers, so they still are able to enforce the law, but they ain't telling you that. So a Mason can go and put on some goddamn police clothes and march your ass to the police station with charges, and the police got to respect that Mason's authority. I ain't making it up. I just read the shit to you. I ain't making that up. I just read it to you. I just read it to you, man. Man impersonated the police and they let him out of jail. But he wasn't impersonating the police. See, it's proving me right. Masons are police. At a certain degree, Mason can enforce the law. Because they the ones giving the law enforcement officers they goddamn orders. I'm trying to wake y'all up, man. Now let me show you something else. Let me show you something else. Here, look at here. This is the symbol for the Order of the Eastern Star. Keep it in mind. You know you're looking at the Baphomet. You know you're looking at the Baphomet. You know you're looking at a goat head when you look at that Eastern Star. This is what you're looking at right here. Vlad TV, you throwing up that goddamn hand right there, brother. We know who throw that up. Look at the Baphomet now. Look at the Baphomet hands. All of these police officers are under the Baphomet, y'all. Vlad is a police. He's a Mason, and he's part of the Fraternal Order of Police, and he's an investigative journalist. Be careful what you say on his show. That's all I'm saying. Be motherfucking careful. They working for the Baphomet. Now let's look at the symbol of the Fraternal Order of Police. Look at here. Why does it look just like the Eastern Stars? Don't you know most Eastern Stars have jobs in law enforcement? Don't you know when you go to college for law enforcement, they recommend that you be an Eastern Star because you can get ahead in that industry? Just like when I was in the Air Force, there was a small fraternal group of airmen who started their own little secret squad that you can sign up for, and you can get promoted quicker because they deploy the most. Secretive orders. Certain career fields have different organizations you can join to get ahead in that particular career field. Eastern Stars run law enforcement. That's why the Eastern Star symbol looks just like the fucking FOP symbol. Now they're called the Order of the Eastern Star. Why? Because this come from the Order of the Knights Templars. All police, all Masons, all secret societies, fraternities, sororities make up what we call the modern day Knights Templars. All of them act together collectively as what would have been the Knights Templars broken into different factions of society. So That's who, when you hear them say the Order of the Eastern Star, and you hear them say the Fraternal Order of Police, the Fraternal Order of Police, the FOP, you want to know why the word order is there? Because it used to be the Order of the Knights Templars. Now check this out. Look at the symbol, which is the 5-pointed star, right? And look what's on the Baphomet head right there. I can find a bigger one for you. See that 5-pointed star? See? Luciferians run this damn nation. Occultists. And your police officers are getting their orders from them. And I'm here to show you the connection. Now this goat that you're looking at is also Uncle Sam. Now don't Uncle Sam recruit for the military? So what are they telling you? You going to kill for the damn Baphomet. Look at here. Look at Uncle Sam facing his beard and the 5-pointed star. Look at the Baphomet. This is what they use to recruit, man. You going to kill for the goddamn for the devil. You sign up in the military. When you sign up for the military and you pledge and you open and you raise your arms and take that oath, you pledging to this damn goat god, man. This is Uncle Sam. You pledging to this damn goat god. But they ain't gonna show you that. They gonna make it into a man. And you know, I want you for the army. But everybody in America, our hands got blood on it, man, because we've been serving the devil. And we got to wake up, man. These people been secretly running this nation, and they closer to you than you think. They right there all up on the YouTube getting people convicted. Now, why you think they call the Cowboys America's team? I'ma ask you again. Did a bunch of Americans get together and vote on that? Because I wasn't there. I would have said Green Bay Packers. Who got to decide that the Cowboys are America's team? Y'all ain't looking at the symbolism. See, the Cowboys America's team because of that pentagram, that 5-pointed star. That's the Baphomet. So think about what I'm telling you now. Bill Clinton right here. Keep this picture locked in your mind. That's President Clinton with Grandmaster Henry X, y'all. If you don't think Masons run America, this man part of a lodge. And look, here go everybody that's involved. Let me show you the picture, because it wasn't just him. Check it out there. Look at that. It was 3 of them. That's Henry on the right there with the gray beard. It was him, the lady in the middle, and a dude on the left. Had on police gear enforcing the law. And when the damn real police locked them up, they end up having to let them go because the chief of the LAPD officer said, yeah, they real police. They from a Masonic order. Like, why ain't y'all been teaching us about this other police department that can enforce the law? Because if I get locked up by them, I want to know my rights with them. You see what I'm saying? It's definitely a conflict of interest, y'all. And they let all 3 of them go. And the reason I'm showing you this, because these regular black people that'll be in your chat room saying black power, locking your nephews up on bogus shit, and you don't know they Masons. You want to know these regular black, look at that old lady. That's like my grandma, man. Nobody would have thought she was a damn Mason out there doing some deep shit like this. That's why I'm telling you black people to wake up, man. You talking about the white man, it's the black man. You gonna have to, look, man, you got to get through all these Negroes first. And like the article said, it's an irrefutable connection. And I'm going to give y'all the link to this article too, because you need to reshare that. Think of all these black power channels out there with the feds up there interviewing with the police up there. All of these niggas talking about they Masons. The head of police is they father and shit, hotepping, but you motherfucking policing. Man, y'all better open up y'all eyes, man. Real talk. Real talk. I think that's it for today. You could go and do the rest of the research on your own from there. I pointed you in the right direction. Let me give a shout out to everybody that supported the stream, man. Much love to you. To the brother Sir Drop TV from the HOTC. Appreciate the love. Appreciate you, my brother. To the brother Corey Lee. Appreciate you for that love, my brother. To Vic Padilla. Appreciate you. Said great streams today. Continue the solid work. I will and I shall. And I appreciate all of y'all. Make sure you hit that like button and share button. Peace and much love.